Good morning, my name is Margaret Paton, and I'm here today to read you from Mark 5, verses 21 to 34. Jesus got into the boat again and went back to the other side of the lake, where a large crowd had gathered around him on the shore. Then a leader of the local synagogue, whose name was Jairus, arrived. When he saw Jesus, he fell at his feet, pleading fervently with him. "My daughter is dying," he said. Please come and lay your hands on her and heal her so she can live." Jesus went with him, and all the people followed, crowding around him. A woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding. She had suffered a great deal from many doctors, and over the years she had spent everything she had to pay them, but she had gotten no better. In fact, she had gotten worse, for she heard about Jesus, so she came up behind him through the crowd and touched his robe. For she thought to herself, "If I can just touch his robe, I will be healed." Immediately the bleeding stopped, and she could feel in her body that she had been healed from her terrible condition. Jesus realized at once that healing power had gone out from him, so he turned round in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my robe?" His disciples said to him, "Look at this crowd pressing around you. How can you ask who touched you?" But he kept on looking around to see who had done it. Then the frightened woman trembled at the realization of what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet and told him what she had done. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Your suffering is over." This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Well, Jairus' daughter was dying, and as an elected leader of the local synagogue, he was responsible for worship, running the weekly school, and taking care of the building itself. Many of the synagogue leaders had close ties to the Pharisees, so it is likely that many of the synagogue rulers had been pressured not to support Jesus. So for Jairus to bow before Jesus and beg for his daughter's healing, it was a significant and perhaps daring act of respect and worship which wouldn't be liked. The woman who approached Jesus with her seemingly incurable condition, causing her to bleed constantly, which could have been a menstrual or uterine disorder, and this would make her ritually unclean and excluded from most social contacts. She desperately wanted Jesus to heal her, but she knew that her condition would cause Jesus to be unclean too. Under Jewish law, if she touched him, this would what would happen. So what could she do? She had the faith Jesus could heal her, but sometimes, like many of us, we feel our problems will keep us from God. But he is always ready to help, no matter how impossible the problems seem. We should never allow our fears to keep us from approaching him. She did, though, in fact, and fought her way through the crowd in order to touch him. She had enough faith to know that doing this one small thing, and she would be healed. What a difference between her and the crowds. They are curious about Jesus, but few have the faith to reach out and touch him. Today, many people are vaguely familiar with Jesus. We learn about him in school, and perhaps as we go to colleges and mix with other people. But nothing in their lives has changed or been bettered by this passing acquaintance. It is only faith that releases God's healing power. When will we move beyond our curiosity and reach out in faith to Christ? Go on, try it. And I can assure you that touch will change your life forever. Amen. Lord, give us the faith that this woman had and make us less afraid when we reach out to you, knowing that with faith, all things are possible. Amen. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good week. Bye for now.